What's going on, you guys? We're back again with another Preschool Trapper review, this time of 2024's release of Season 4. Now, Season 4 is a classic. It came out in March of 2024, and it was the first Preschool Trapper that we got since Season 3 back in 2023. So it was, man, I remember when it first came out, this was Bliss's big return back into Tiffany's videos. She wasn't in them for a while until this came out, and I remember when I saw it on her Instagram at the time that she was recording with them again. So this was her big return back into Preschool Trapper because she was gone for 2 seasons. She played Lainey in the first season, so I believe, and we're gonna use this in my imagination, they didn't use the Lainey name for Bliss, but they only used her real name. But we're gonna say that Lainey came back and Brooke was gone. So yeah, Brooke didn't make a return in this, but Lainey was in it. I guess you could say, well, Bliss was in it. But this one is amazing. I feel like the character dynamic. We had 2 villains in this one. The whole storyline was perfect. Ty was getting put to the test in this one, but you can see he was very much more mature in this one, and he played his character well. Like, this was one of his best character moments, the character acting. Like, this was his best performances in the videos ever, I believe. He really killed it. So I would say, man, we're gonna get right into it, man. This is the last the Preschool Trapper reviews for now until we get another season. But this is the review of the Preschool Trapper Season 4. Let's go. Now, for episode 1 of the season, we have Matai waking up for his first day of middle school by his mom, Tiffany. Now, he wasn't trying to go to middle school. He hated it. But he was actually just nervous to just go in general. First day of school started. Matai and Aiden were in the hallway, peeping out the scenery. Matai had a lot of confidence, saying that it was some competition in the hallways, but he had a feeling that he was going to be on top. Then, just shortly after, we would finally see Bliss come back into play, and she would come, and both boys were surprised to see her. And they talked about the Candy Reaper, who she didn't explain who it was. Then later on in the class, Matai and the rest of the kids witnessed a kid passing out and having a panic attack and basically having foam at the mouth over some candy that was given to him. And it forced the school to shut down and tighten up on the candy selling rules. Later on, after school, Matai and Aiden would come home, and their mom got the call about the incident, and it made her very skeptical and very worried about Matai selling candy. And she really didn't want him to sell candy. Rise and shine. The very next day, Matai and Aiden were in class, or going to class, and we would finally meet our main villain that we didn't know at the time, but main villain, James, who was the hall monitor of the school after the whole incident. He would see Matai and be suspicious of him, and then rip the book bag out of Matai's hand and seeing if he had candy. When he found out it was a candy wrapper, he didn't know. He was fooled. He was like, okay, I didn't mean to take the book bag. But then after that, we would meet his James' sister Sanai, who was actually working for the Reaper. And we didn't know this. She was kind of on Matai's side, but at the same time working for the bad guy. But Matai would fall in love instantly after meeting her. Then after this, Bliss would pay the boys a visit, and she wanted to have a business proposition, basically using Matai and herself for their own good. And then when Matai thought about it as them not being friends but just working together to get what they both want, he agreed to it, and they both shook hands, and the membership and the teamwork began. The next day, Matai and Sanai agreed to see each other for to help him with math, and Matai thought of it as a date, so he told his family it was a date. But when Sanai came over, she was secretly setting him up to try to get candy out of him, and she kept snatching him up and everything because she wanted all the candy. But then his homeboys popped up with the guns and the sticks, and it made Sanai very nervous, and it made Sanai very upset. They went back and forth because she wanted a quick fix, but she knew that Matai wasn't supposed to sell candy, and she brought up the Reaper's name again. He asked about the Reaper, and she would run away. The following day at school, Pig and the quote-unquote Reaper, Miss Heron, were talking, and she sold her some candy. and this will be the first glimpse of who she really was as an evil villain, the teacher, Miss Heron. After this, Matai will be laying in bed just thinking about what was going on the last few days and how he's been treated. And then they will have a meeting with Tiffany, Bliss, and all the boys. They will all have a meeting, and Matai was going through it. It was a meeting about just stop selling candy, and this will be another meeting. This will happen again. This is like the 4th, 5th time they're talking about stop selling candy, and Matai was really pissed. He didn't want to stop selling candy because he wasn't the one that was selling the bad product, but everyone was trying to tell him that you should stop before you get in trouble. And several days in ISS, in school suspension, and even Bliss was worried. She was just giving up and throwing it in the towel. Very next day at school, Matai would just walk to school, but him, Bliss, and Aiden would have a conversation in the hallways. Then later, after they would leave, Matai would get caught with the candy in his book bag by James and was called to the principal office to be suspended and go into ISS. And his mom would come. She was pissed. And then after, when he got home, he was still very stubborn about selling candy. And he would just talk back to his mom and just basically just be very stubborn after this. And it was a hard knock life for this boy when he got to ISS. The teacher there was just very rough and tough on all the kids. And this is when he would meet Pig, who would tell him that Miss Heron was the Reaper, and it would blow Matai's mind. And he would finally find out what was going on and why it was being crazy. And when Miss Heron came in the room, it was very obvious that she was the villain, and she wanted Matai into the class. The first day of ISS, Matai would be sitting down on the phone just chilling until Aiden and Bliss would pull up on him. And they would give up and just basically just actually tell him that they're throwing it in the towel. And Matai wasn't trying to, but it was obvious that Aiden and Bliss were both just tired and just ready to give up. Even Bliss gave her her half of the plug, and they both left. And it made Matai just dead silent. But he wasn't silent for long, because Matai would tell Bliss and Aiden who the Reaper was, and since it was Miss Heron, they didn't believe him at first, and it didn't change their mind about giving up. And Aiden would say that trapping was a thing of the past. This would lead into the next episode. After this, it will be the second day of in-school suspension for Matai, and he will be just waiting in line until his ex-crush Sanaya would come in and try to talk to him, and he wasn't having it. He was actively ignoring her. Then they would make amends, but Matai would get called to the office, and even the teacher made Sanaya leave. But when he got to the office, the principal wanted him to get back into trapping and sell candy again, because it was sad. The school was sad, and the GPAs was dropping because there was no sugar in any of the children. And Matai agreed to get back into the streets, and he would go home to tell his family that they were back on. When he told his family that they were back on, he got the green light. Aiden and Bliss were happy to be back and doing what they normally do. And even the boy's mom was ready to get back in the streets, even pulling out a do-rag on her head. The very next day, the 3 kids were back in the hallways selling candy to every kid in the hallways, getting the money and basically just hustling with do-rags and everything. Later on, after all the kids split up, this is when the Reaper will be finally found out, and everyone will gather around Miss Heron when she would get found out. And then the boy's mom would punch the crap out of Miss Heron, who was the Reaper. Later, after the crazy attacks, Sanai would come over to talk to the kids. And even though Matai and Sanai knew that the real Reaper was James and he was a trapper, Aiden and Bliss did not believe them at first. And then they went to go find out James. And at the very end of the episode, it would end with either Matai, I think, getting shot, and flashbacks through every single season of the Preschool Trapper. And this would end the season 4 of the Preschool Trapper. And with that, that's it, you guys. That is the Preschool Trapper season 4 review. And this is the end of all of the Preschool Trapper reviews, because after season 4, that was it. We didn't get season 5, and it's almost been 2 years since season 4 dropped. So hopefully this year will be the official comeback year of Preschool Trapper, and I would love to see Brooke and Bliss both play their original characters that they played back in season 1, back in 2022 or 21. I think around 2022. Which will mark, I think that would this year marks the 4-year anniversary since Preschool Trapper was done and was created. So yeah, another series review wrap up, you know what I'm saying? So next we're going to be doing, stay tuned for our brand new series review on one of my favorites. Now Brooke is in the spotlight. We are doing the Crazy GF, and that's dropping next Sunday, so stay tuned for that, you guys. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I just really appreciate you guys and all of your love and support on everything that I drop. And I just appreciate all of my fellow Tiffany fans. Hello, you guys. You know, us Tiffany fans we roll deep, you know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate all the love and support of every video that dropped. And it's almost been a year since I've been doing these, and come January 25th, will be the 1-year anniversary of the channel. So we're gonna definitely be doing something and dropping something on that day to celebrate the 1-year anniversary since I started doing these reviews. So it's been an amazing ride to the top, and we're just gonna keep grinding this year, bringing y'all bangers after bangers. And also my first album is coming out, musical album is coming out on the platform, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. So please like and subscribe, comment below, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss every time I drop a video. I love y'all. Team Darian, I'm out. Peace.